have with us. How do I start this? Okay, let me start with his bio. Let me just read this, and you would have an idea of who we have. The Yorubas will call it the big masquerade. It's the big masquerade we have in the studio with us today. Lancelot Imaseun, affectionately known as the Governor, is a distinguished Nigerian filmmaker, director, and producer whose impactful storytelling has significantly influenced Nollywood. Born on June 20 in Benin City, he is proudly from Edo State. He has actively participated in his church drama group and his secondary school's literary and debating society. Pursuing his passion, he studied theatre arts at the University of Port Harcourt, where he honed his skills in performance and storytelling. Imaseun's journey in Nollywood began in early 1990s. He initially worked as a casual staff member at the Bendel Broadcasting Service between 1988 to 1991, and later as a production assistant at the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, in 1994. His professional acting career started at 19 with the TV gospel drama series Evangel Theatre. He transitioned to directing at the age of 24, making his directorial debut with the film Adoration in 1996. His breakthrough came with Yesterday in 1997, which brought him to limelight at the age of 26. Imaseun gained widespread recognition with his famous film Issakaba, shot and released in 2003, a crime and justice themed film that became a Nollywood classic, showcasing his ability to craft compelling narratives addressing social issues. Known for exploring themes like tribalism, witchcraft, crime, poverty, and African heritage, he has directed over 300 films, earning a reputation as one of Nollywood's most prolific directors. Notable works include Games Women Play, 2005, Bent Arrows, 2010, Adesua, 2012, ATM, 2016, and Invasion 1897, 2014, an historical epic about the British invasion of the Benin Kingdom, which received international acclaim and was screened at global festival. His commitment to preserving Edo culture is evident in films like Ikwemitin, Olidara, and Ebua, which promote the Edo language. In 2008, the Canadian documentary Nollywood Babylon followed Imaseun during the production of Bent Arrows, highlighting his influence and Nollywood's global reach. The documentary premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in 2009. Imaseun has received numerous accolades, including the 2013 Oba Eredua Excellence Award from the Oba of Benin, the University of Port Harcourt Alumnus Award, and nominations for Best Director at the African Movie Academy Awards 2006 and 2012, as well as Nollywood Movie Awards 2012 and 2013. His film Invasion 1897 was nominated for the Best Feature Film at the African International Film Festival in 2010 and earned an Audience Choice Award nomination at the Chicago International Film Festival in 2014. In 2021, Igbinedion University honored him with a colloquium on his 50th birthday, launching a Nollywood Masterclass program. A round of applause for our guest, the distinguished Lancelot Imaseun. It's interesting. 30 years, you've seen the rise, the fall of stars. You've seen the continued rise of the Nigerian film industry. You've done so much to be a stakeholder with a strong voice. How does it feel for you?
Wow. Sometimes it's good. That's why I'm an advocate of being celebrated, celebrating people while they are alive. I must say, because hearing you read those very long episodes you read now,
But that's a citation.
I didn't know that was. I didn't know that was for me, and that's why it's very important. Like I tell people, if I've imparted you, let me know why I'm still here. It's very, 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 very important. And honestly, listening to you now, I would say quite humbling. Quite humbling. And there are a few corrections to make, some mix-up of names and dates. But I'm really humbled. I can't. It got me emotional. Yeah, it got me really emotional. You wouldn't know how far you've gone. And sometimes that's why I am a practitioner of history. Some of my pain with this country. How can a country stop studying, teaching history? Because when you cannot go back to where you're coming from, there is no way you can merge it with today to forge a future. Suffice to say why our country is busy dancing up and down at its spots. Because those that should know had refused to know. With what you have read of me, which is a piece of history, I'm in awe and fired more to say, if I've done this in the past 30 years, and there are some individuals that have taken notes, then there's room to do more. There's room to do more. And I want to appreciate those that brought me here. It was a journey. If I was traveling from Benin City to Lagos, it would have been easier journey coming from Aja to this place today. Thank God I left on time. So, if you say, how do I feel? I'm elated. I'm humbled. I'm thankful. And I want to appreciate all those that have played one role or the other in my 30 years career. My first commercial film to correct whoever wrote that was in 1995, Adaku. Adaku. It was an Igbo language film. But my stint with camera directing was at 19. So the Evangel Theatre you talked about, I was not an actor, I was a director.
Okay.
Yeah, so I tell people that modestly, I'm claiming 1995 because that was when I made my first commercial film for this history to be corrected. Well, all that is documented in my book, A Trip in Motion, that will be unveiled November of this year, when I officially call the Sheuns of this world, the best of Nollywood and the ugliest of Nollywood, where we assemble them all to let them know how far they have impacted us positively or negatively. So some of these things will be corrected, because until the animal is given a platform to narrate his story, the hunter remains the champion. When I enter the bush, I come the king, I give and buy. If not be stone, where my bullet go hit, I'd have it finish up. Meanwhile, he was not close to the animal at all. So I will, like the animal, in November this year, by the grace of God Almighty.
Amen.
Roll out the drum, celebrate, according to you, a very worthwhile journey in the industry with a book, and come chop go. If you know what I mean, that was the name of the event. Come chop go and unveil my book, A Trip in Motion. Thank you.
All right. So now, my first question to you is this. About 5 years ago, I think, you set up the Film Academy.
No, not 2017.
Okay, you set up the Film Academy. I'm one of those who have been privileged to be there. I remember you invited me to Benin for one of your premieres, and then the second day I came to the Film Academy. And I was impressed with what you were able to put there, because I see a lot of people say they are doing Film Academy, and the rest. And they don't even have a structure. They don't even have an office or place where those people meet. They meet under some trees and places, very funny places. But it is more like a school, you understand, with different structures available. I'd like to ask you, what was, and I see some of you don't know that some of those people that introduced to me that day, we are still in touch. And when they shoot their movie, they send the trailer to me to either help them to post or say, see my movie, watch it, what do you think about it? I want to ask you, why did you decide to go to Benin to set it up? Because at that time, I remember I had a discussion with your friend Fidelis, and I said, is it that Lancelot is retiring and going back to his
place of birth?
Because Fidelis has gone to do Fad Radio in Calabar. So I said, maybe this is a way of saying I'm retiring from the wahala of you people in Lagos. Was that the plan?
No. I've asked this question. I've been asked this question severally, and let me use this opportunity to clear the air. Ambassador Chief Dr. Lancelot Imaseun is resident in Lagos. My studio, my residence is in Lagos. My house is in Lagos. And my family lives abroad. Benin is the place of my birth. And I'm a very passionate cultural person. A man that has been espoused so much as far as culture is concerned, to the extent of being honored by the Oba of Benin. I remember when I was called for that honor, I was abroad, and I told my 82-year-old father to go and pick the award. It was the most emotional moment for him. That finally I made him shake hands with the Oba of Benin. Because an average Benin man, after God Almighty, is the Oba of Benin. And whatever it is, and you get a positive nod. And I will also tell you this. Some guy came to the palace to pay courtesy visit to the Oba, and was telling them what he wanted to do. And it has to do with film and our culture. And then the Oba asked him, will you do it more than what our son Lancelot is doing? 3 chiefs ran out of the palace and called me. Say, well, the Oba knows your name. The Oba knows your name. That's how well we, the Beninese, we reverence our Oba. So I just felt it was my give back, because Benin is the land where I started my craft. Like, in celebrating 30 years, I will be going back to Benin too to reinstitute the school drama, taking drama back to secondary school, because I'm a product, like you read. Yes. I'm a product of school drama. Whatever it is that has happened to those beautiful initiatives, where at tender age, you can now say, okay, this is what I want to do. I was involved with dramatic society. That's what we used to call it. And I feel those, when you are so engaged, we are jumping from one dramatic hall to another, one dramatic competition to another. You will not have time to go and be doing courtesy and all of that. So that's it for me. So I want to give back. So the reason why the Film Academy was set in Benin, number one was my affiliation with the Igbinedion University.
Okay.
Graduate, why you see it structured? Yes, there's no other person that have taken note of this. People say, oh, this academy. Look, what do you do academy? We have a structure. You go there, you have a studio. You have a film studio. You have audio studio. You have acting studio. You have classroom. You have hall. And every year, like on the 13th of this month, is the annual Benin Film Academy Short Film Festival Series. Okay. Where others that are not even students are given opportunity to showcase, and people get scholarship as a result of this initiative. Wow. And it's very instructive to say, no funding, external funding has ever been gotten by that school with the work that we're doing. We have trained over 500 individuals that are practitioners today, doing very well in the industry. Not the state government, not anybody. It's just friends. Sometimes they say, I want to give 3 persons a scholarship. I want to give it. And I'll be hoping that Best of Nollywood will also follow suit to say, train 3 persons in this school. How much is it? Let's have them do. So that's what we've been doing.
And we'll do one. I can tell you that we will do one.
Thank you very much. Make
All
a clap for Wakubone.
We won't do 3, but we'll do one.
Beautiful. Yeah, I will force you to do 2. Yeah, by the grace of God. So
now, my next question, because we don't have time.
Yeah.
You know this is radio. My next question is this: few weeks back, I saw that you did a tweet where you were challenging Omotola and Genevieve and the rest of them that why have they not spoken for a while, and this was the industry that brought them up. You mentioned Jim Ike too. You understand?
Well,
and I think that Omotola responded to
yeah.
because last week she actually did a tweet where she said that she was about to direct a movie and where she now expressed her concern about what the filmmakers are going through in the hands of the cinemas. So I want to ask you, why did you make that comment?
I will still make it here now. I'm still going to make it here now as part of my 30-year celebration. Is it provoking? You people this year, the Gen Z will say you are calling them out. No, I'm asking questions. Guy, you were here. This industry brought us all from oblivion, from nowhere. This industry brought us from a lot of people didn't have addresses, and this industry brought us fame and fortune. Right? So I feel those of us that were in the foundational stage of the industry, that the industry had blessed, especially those that the industry have given faces. What is my biggest regret? 30 years. If I'd been featuring all my films, nobody will match me for street. I will be as popular as I'm in as much as directing was my word. And I did it by the grace of God so well. Haven't been sustained at no year in 30 years that I've not made a film. True. So I say, those that have been blessed with fame and face should be able to start correcting and calling attention for the good of the industry. Is that too much to ask? Nobody was born a star. True. So the industry now, are we having the best? People just come now, they bring money and are in charge. We're asking questions. If Sheuna is doing award, they will not even call me. When we started it, Shehu used to call us. But now when they are going to Kanu and going to other places, when they will not streamline, now the faces that they define. The faces. Those that when they used to start them, when there were no faces, they are not screening because those are the people they want to see. Hello. Sometimes it's very emotional. Those are the people the crowd want to see. So she will not look at the list here and the boys. Remove that Lancelot. You have to be explaining who he is. But when they see all those new Gen Z, they say, they know those, they don't come. That's it. So I'm beginning to feel that those that the industry, the big name, thank God, Omotola, now if I didn't provoke her, she will not say the challenge she's also facing. She has to face. That's what I wrote when I saw her. They have to face. A lot of them. If they form a pressure group, government can begin to listen to us. In fact, a lot of them got national honors. Where are the directors that brought that God that discovered them? Where are they? How many of them have been called? Where is Uzo Amado Philip? I saw him, he wrote a long text that day, how he baited Ake and Popo. Where is the man? Where is the man? Where are those big names that made those work, those that conceived those work?
Chika Onu.
The Chika Onus of this world, the Amenechis, those big directors. Kenneth Inebwe has never been called, I don't know, I may be wrong, for any national honor. Look at the pivotal role that man played in the consolidation of today's Nollywood. Where are they? Nigeria, where are these people? But the faces that are out there, they can call them MFRO, this one. How many of those that have actually sweated, how many of those that have drained their brains have so be recognized? So it behoves on those that have gotten to understand that Lancelot's call is not, am I envious? Look, see me now. I Buffy, too sweet. I too much. Who does answer everybody? Because from the day one, we understood some things. I say I'm the most consistent I call myself the sustained relevance. So we need them to understand what I'm saying. It's not like calling them out. They have faces. They have names. One picture of Genevieve on Instagram, don't you know the crowd? All those things begin to pull them to say, this is the industry that made us. People say, somebody told me that we're what is it called? That why are we so, why am I, what am I looking for from them? This one saying, you don't even know what we're talking about. So that's it.
What you said now, before I ask the next question, which we have, because we are rounding up because of time, before I ask the next question, I would just want to put a slam on what you just said about what a picture of Genevieve can do. I remember when, I won't mention the name of the company, when a company wanted to do brand ambassadorship. Okay. So they now were trying to get Nollywood people. So they spoke to Genevieve. They now spoke to a lot of people. So Genevieve was asking for the money that they wanted to give 15 people. I'm not joking. The money they wanted to give 15 people. So when they now called up to say, this is all the money we want to spend on this campaign. She now said, she said something, and it struck on my brain till today. She said, I am different from all the 15 people. And the reason why I'm different from all the 15 people is that if you put my billboard in anywhere in Nigeria, nobody will look at it twice before they know that this is Genevieve. But most of these people, when you put their picture, if you put their picture in Kano, people will not know them. They might be popular in the East, but they won't be popular. But I am the only one out of all the 15 that you have called that they know everywhere in the country.
Can you be that?
You understand?
So
that brand did not pay, but I can tell you that another brand, which you know, came back and paid that money to have on it. Now, you can't go without me asking you this, because I've also always asked, how do you feel about what has happened? Because in Nollywood, in the last 5 years, the greatest help that I feel, I'm sorry if I call it help, that Nollywood has gotten is the streaming platforms coming with huge amount of money to fund, to either do
collaboration
or original or
commission
or licensing. But now, due to a lot of, nobody knows the fact, but from what few people have been saying, Basketball went and said it is because some people get money and they don't use the money to make the movie. Different people have said different things. How do you feel that even when they were licensing movies, the licensing was just to a few people? It was not open to everybody. There was not a way in which everybody could. How do you feel? And because of the fact that even before now, you were one of those who have made a very, very big movie that made an impact across the world. So how do you feel?
Well, I don't want to get emotional, but people came to do their own business, and they had their own business model that they wanted to use. At the time, we also asked some questions. How come these guys are not reaching out? You cannot take away the role, the very pivotal role that our Igbo brothers played as far as the consolidation of this industry is concerned, and the amount of money and the kind of risk they took to take Nollywood to at least that popularity. Sure. But if you go to a majority of those streaming platforms, you will not see any major work from there, whatever. Then, well, who knows? I know what they do, and they do it, and they profit them. And if it didn't go the way it went, then not be Nigeria come.
My last question.
Wait, before your last question, you mentioned the students who attended your academy,
graduated.
Over 500 are doing very well for themselves. Are they all indigenes of Edo, or do you have
no? We have had students come from as far as Sierra Leone,
okay, from
all parts of Nigeria, Akwa Ibom, from Abuja, Benue. Okay. From all, it's not just for Edo, from Port Harcourt, from Lagos here, we have had students coming there to because Lancelot is involved. Maybe now, after my 30 next year, we'll now set up a functioning academy like the one we did in Lagos, like the one we did in Benin in Lagos. At least let's also, because the Benin one is not giving me money at all, not 1 naira since 2017 that was set up. It was purely a give back. I have several students, I played them on personal scholarship just because I'm very passionate about young people getting on the right track. That's where it has been.
Thank you so much for coming. But before you go, tell us which movies should we look forward to? Which of your work? You can't come and not tell us which of your works to look forward to.
We'll make all of them record this one. I have to say, by the grace of God, again, another correction to the history was that 2020-2021, a movie was made. 2020-2021, a movie was made that changed the box office in Nigeria. Though it was still, we're still doing cassette, but this movie shattered all records available. The first film that was made part 1, it was so successful we made part 2. It was so successful we made part 3. It was so successful we made part 4. It was so successful we made part 5.
Wow.
That movie, like we all know, remained the anthem as far as Nigerian movie industry is concerned. And that movie is called Issakaba. I'm happy to announce that, to the glory of God, 24 years after I'm alive, to remake the movie Issakaba. And I'll be showing you a clip. I'll be showing you as a mark of honor to you, showing you a clip that has never been released anywhere. It's not going public yet until we are set with everything. Issakaba has just been remade by me, and we're ready for release by the end of the year. So that is classic. That is my work. That's my passion. That is everything I got right now.
All right. Thank you so much for coming. I know that when you are having fun, times go so easily, fast. And we would have loved to continue this. I know that by the time Issakaba is coming out, we shall come back we shall talk comprehensively on why people must see the movie in the cinema.
Yeah.
I wish you well.
Thank you.
And I hope that people who watch this will learn from it, because you are one of those people who they should learn from.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.